evening, everyone. This is I am the Random Drinking Guy, and this will be my first episode of hopefully many more to come. So the whole purpose of this channel will really be based on me and my fascination with beer. I reside in Houston, Texas. I have my own career and stuff, so this is just kind of a side thing for me. But I just figured since there hasn't been that much, people don't know much about the beer scene in Houston, and I figured I'd just give this a whirl and see how it works out for me at the end. So today, my first beer will be, actually it's a series. It's an IPA haze based out of Humboldt, Texas, called from Spindletap. The beer is called Wrestling Moves. Wrestling Moves, just a series that they made up based on these old wrestling style finishers from the 80s and 90s era, of the Attitude era, as well as the WCW Nitro era. And so, each one has their own unique can. Like this will be Chokeslam, Stunner, Sweet Chin Music, and the latest one, which came out last week, which roughly would be, what's that? Today would be November. It was brewed, canned. It's actually brewed and canned October 20th. So, and the alcohol content in this is about 8%, 16 ounce. This is a DIPA Haze IPA. So we can go ahead and start reviewing this here for a second, see how it works out. I started off with IPAs. It's always been my go-to when I first got into beer. I mentioned I fell out of it, started into more darker stuff, and then what we call the haze craze started. And it started with a reason. And so the haze craze meaning is just the beer is more cloudy. Kind of looks like orange juice. The darker the better. So you can see here, kind of resembles an orange juice. Not much foam on top. It's kind of a real dark, tangy taste to it. So, but it's supposed to be my second time drinking this. I actually really enjoy it. It's pretty good. It's a solid IPA. It's, again, not a lot of people like IPAs. Every time someone would ask me, why would I like IPA? Well, how would an IPA taste like if I've never had it before? I used to just go by an example as, do you like drinking grapefruit juice? Or do you like grapefruit in general? Do you like that bitter taste? And some will say yes, some will say no. And usually the people that say yes, well, they're the ones that usually end up liking IPAs. And this is just another form of it. Different strand, different unique textures. And I guess this was considered a DIPA. I'm not too familiar with the strand. I think it's Mosaic, to be honest with you. But we should try it out. And like I said, so this series is the Figure 4. You can tell. Got good old Ric Flair Hogan. Just go ahead. So once again, there's no foam on top, but the color looks great. It's a good, nice, solid orange color. Let's start. Very smooth. Smoother than most IPAs. Smoother than most haze too. It's a really, really delicate taste. It's a good way to start off those beginners that doesn't really like IPAs and not a fan of that bitter taste. The bitter is very toned back, very juicy, and it still has that alcohol content. You can tell, right when you get to the very end, you can tell that it'll do some damage to you. Roughly, these will go in a pack of 4, usually value about $18. And I say it's worth it. And they're limited series. I usually, like I said, when I see myself, you can see I try to collect the can series because it's just unique and they're special. If you're one of those guys that are like crafty hands or really big into like collecting stuff, this is a nice little example to collect too. I am missing 2 of them. I am missing the sleeper hold and the leg drop. Eventually, I'll probably find them. Other than that, there is no real complaint. It's a solid IPA. It's a solid haze IPA. Not, like I mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of haze IPA up to a certain extent. I mean, it gets to a point where you try one, you try them all. There are very few that actually distinct from between them. And this is one of them. This is very smooth. It doesn't have much of a bitter taste. It easily goes down. You can easily chug it if you want. It's a good beer for beginners who doesn't really care for that whole scene. And that's mainly the whole purpose of me and my existence, is to try to convince beginners if they like drinking this type of beers. And I always have a theory of mine that says everybody likes beer. You just got to find the one you like. With that being said, I will rate this good, solid 4 out of 5. There's no complaint to it. Easily drinkable, easily enjoyable. It's a good fucking party starter. Just walk around with this can of a picture of Ric Flair or Stone Cold or Shawn Michaels, whoever which can you ever end up having in your hand. It's a nice little conversation starter as well. So, hope you enjoy this. I hope this will be many more to come. I am your random drinking guy, and I will see you next week. Bye.